Welcome to Open BXRx on BronxNet. I'm your host, Sonyi Lopez, inviting you to get social with us at BronxNet TV on Instagram and Twitter and BronxNet Community Television on Facebook. Also, if you're watching us on cable, you can stay up to date with our on-screen social media feeds, providing the latest COVID-19 community updates and important headlines. According to Google data, more people have been visiting parks to escape quarantine this month. While our Bronx parks remain open, providing face coverings and open green spaces, there are some rules and regulations you should follow when you visit. Here to tell us more is Bronx Parks Commissioner Iris Rodriguez-Rosa. Thank you for joining us, Commissioner.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to your viewers. Thank you.
Of course, we're really glad to have you. I just wanted to start off with just learning about New York City parks during COVID-19. How has the operation changed for you? And are all Bronx parks still open? How have things been?
Well, just to be able to share with you that our parks are open. They actually are still open. However, the playgrounds are not. The playgrounds, the basketball courts, have been closed since April because that will be a difficult way to be able to try to social distance. But the major parks, the large parks, you have Crotona Park, you have Van Cortlandt, Pelham Bay, you have large parks that are open that don't have fences that allow for people to be able to go out and at least get some air and be able to walk around and be able to do that. So, but the playgrounds and of course in the basketball, and we're not, and the permits, there's no permits for active play because we're trying to limit the folks, not social distancing.
Right. And how have things changed for the staff and for you in regards to, working remotely a little more, but, there's still staff at the parks making sure that everybody's safe?
Oh, yes. And I have to say, because I'm very partial to them. I mean, I consider our people essential workers as well, because they're trying to maintain the beautiful green spaces and resources that we have here in New York City. So for me, they are essential workers. They're not as visible as some of the others, of course, the health workers and police and fire and the grocery workers and things like that. But our park workers are still out there taking care of our parks and doing whatever it can to try to maintain them.
Right. And in regards to some rules and regulations that people should follow, what are some of those things that, people before heading to a park should know?
Well, we want people to understand that this is real. This is not something, this is like, we wake up in the morning hoping that it was a nightmare or something like that. But this is a reality that we're all facing in New York City, New York State, throughout the country, in the world. And I think people have to be cognizant that people are doing, our elected officials and everyone are doing all they can to be able to educate our people on how they have to be able to be preventive. Prevention, they say an ounce of prevention it's worth a pound of cure. So that it's important for us to be able to understand that and respect that. So we ask people to be able to do social distancing. We know that you may walk around with family members because you live in the same house. So that's understandable. But we're not asking you to join other groupings, okay? Walk out of your house with the mask because you never know where you're going to be at that point. Because they say, oh, no, I'm just going to go out with my family. No, you have to understand that you may come across situations where you need to be able to have your mask.
Right. And when we speak about the mask, I know that NYC Parks participated in distributing about a lot of face coverings. Can you tell us a little bit about that initiative and if it's still happening?
It was wonderful. So we had about, I think, 2 or 3 different phases of being able to issue masks throughout the city. We issued about 500,000 masks to the public. So it was quite a wonderful venture. I'm proud to say that in the Bronx, we made sure that there was at least one park or one area that in every community board district and in every council district that we received a supply of masks to be able to be distributed. So we're very proud in the Bronx of having been able to do that.
And that sounds amazing. I'm so glad that NYC Parks was able to, help out the community in that regard. We were all worried because once, the governor said that masks are essential, that we need to absolutely be wearing masks, a lot of people were concerned that they don't have them. Oh, she has the NYC Parks mask on. Commissioner, I also wanted to ask you about what activities you've seen people engaging in at parks more than ever now.
Well, we have people that we encourage them to be able to walk around, to still exercise, for people to do walks and runs and do bike rides and things like that, still maintaining social distancing, because it's important for you to still maintain a good physical activities with yourself and with your family. So we still encourage people to be able to get out and get some sun and get some air and enjoy the parks. But again, doing it conscientiously and doing it safely.
NYC Parks also has an initiative to participate in activities from home. Can you tell us about the Parks at Home?
Oh, well, you know something, I said the Parks Department tries to be exceedingly creative in everything that we do. Okay, so we try to make sure that we have launched Parks at Home programming and Parks at Home Junior. The Parks at Home programming provides, live park hours, meditation sessions, fitness, art classes. For the children, we have visual zoo cams, exploration of wildlife habitats, the many things that people sometimes maybe take for granted. But now that you're home, now you can actually also entertain yourself and understand the things that we do.
I think it looks awesome and it sounds amazing. I saw a video on Facebook with some park rangers giving like a tour and like all these trails and all these videos.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are many people that don't realize how many wonderful trails we have. We have tons of trails, for example, at Van Cortlandt Park that are absolutely wonderful. There are many things to still be out there to enjoy as well. And through these video Zooms and these video programmings, you're able to learn much more that you can try to access.
Thank you. And one last thing, Commissioner Rodriguez-Rosa, before you go, a message for the community on visiting the Bronx Parks and staying safe. And of course, the emphasis on everyone wearing a mask in the parks.
Absolutely. I will continue to say that I think we have the most marvelous park system in the world. I mean, we have 7,000 acres of parkland in the borough of the Bronx alone. Many of them are open spaces, and we encourage people to still go out there and be able to enjoy them. I go out there myself and